All right, picked up another saw today. This is a Montgomery Ward saw. I believe it's made by Remington, manufactured in 1965, and I think it was rebranded as a Montgomery Ward saw. I believe it's an 88cc engine. That's what I looked up online. There's not a whole lot of info on this saw from what I could tell out there, but it's an 88cc engine from what I read. And it was built in 1965. So it's a big old heavy thing. It's all metal. Picked this up at an antique store right near our house here. We were looking at some old stuff today, walking around, and my daughter was looking at some dolls and stuff in these different booths, and way on the ground on the floor in the corner here, this one booth, she's like, "Daddy, look, a chainsaw." I didn't even see it. It was like buried behind some crap, you know, and she found it. So I dug it out behind some stuff, and it was a little dirty and stuff, you know, but I pulled it over, had some compression. Chain looked decent on it. The chain moved, and the engine wasn't locked up, so I thought, what the heck, I'll buy it. So I picked it up, brought it home. I cleaned it up here. I checked the compression. It's a little low. It's only got like 100, 110 PSI. Not that great. Took the exhaust off. The piston's got some light scoring on it. That's probably why it's got lower compression. It has spark. I checked for spark. It's got spark. The carb looked pretty grungy under there in the air cleaner, so I'll have to go through that. Fuel tank is empty and clean. So you can see in here, it's pretty clean, no fuel in there. It's got a fuel line right there and a fuel filter at the bottom. So I'll check the filter, but it looks like it's got decent fuel lines. They're not all brittle or anything. Chain's in good shape on it. You can see it's got a lot of meat on it. It's still pretty sharp too. Bars looks like it's in decent shape. It's a short bar for as big of a saw as it is. It's only like a 16-inch bar, I think. Maybe 18 tops. I'm sure it could handle more than that, but it's got a little more paint wear over here on the clutch cover. But yeah, it's still got the little instructions on there for off, choke, on, high, low. It's got your adjustment for your carb. So yeah, it sucks in air under here. It's got a filter to the carb. It's got a Tillotson on it, Tillotson carb. So that should be easy to rebuild. It's a pain in the butt to get to the spark plug though. Wow. They got it way in there, and then they got this little thing here to cover the throttle. It's like, well, how do you fit a socket in here? You know, you can't, you get a socket, you can't fit your ratchet in here. I had to get some pliers to loosen it up just to check for spark, you know. I'll have to figure something out in the future, but that's kind of lame. But yeah, and this was all grungy. It was all dirty and stuff, so I cleaned it all off. Used some spray wax, and I got some real wax on it. Cleaned all this stuff up, cleaned up the recoil. Recoil pulls over good and returns good. This bar was all grungy, nasty. I got some Mother's aluminum polish, scrubbed the crap out of it. Look at it, nice and shiny now. Could probably go over the bar, get that to clean up too, but kind of running out of energy here. But yeah, here's your kill switch. This is your oiler right here. You can hear it squirting. No oil in there though. Yeah, and your throttle. Throttle works good. So yeah, it's a big old saw. It's kind of, I was hoping it didn't have that, it had better compression, but it's got enough to fire. So I'm just going to try and run it. I'm going to clean up the carb, rebuild the carb, clean the air filter, check the fuel lines, maybe replace those, put some fuel and bar oil in it, tighten up that chain. I'm going to pull it over and see if it'll fire. Put a new plug in it. It might fire and run. I mean, I'm not going to use this thing for serious cutting or anything. I just want to see if I can fire it and make it run a little bit. So I know some of these saws got messed up pistons and they run forever. So yeah, we'll see if I can get it to run. But yeah, I cleaned it up for now. It's a cool saw. It's old, 60-year-old saw. Montgomery Ward, never saw one like this before, this color. So I figured, what the heck, I'll add it to my collection here. So this is saw number 15 for me now. So this keeps on going. So anyway, there it is, Montgomery Ward chainsaw. I think it's, oh, I'll tell you the model here real quick too. Let's see. So the model is, oh, whoops, wrong way. The model is TMC24060A. It's got a serial number there. So, here, this is where the exhaust comes out. Isn't that weird? That's all there is. There's no muffler or nothing. It's just a little cover. Probably loud. But anyway, so there it is. Montgomery Ward saw, 1965, 88cc engine. Gonna go through the fuel system and see if it'll fire. All right, see ya.